What man in his right mind would cheat on Beyoncé? Well, the fact of the matter is, lots of people cheat. Even some happy couples cheat. And as you're about to find out, quite a few celebs have copped to stepping out on their main squeeze. From Stu to Letterman and Kevin Hart to the Jenner matriarch, these celebs admitted to cheating on their partners. Kristen Stewart. In 2012, the entertainment world was jolted by a bona fide showbiz shocker. Kristen Stewart had betrayed her then-boyfriend, Robert Pattinson. After some rather incriminating photos leaked, Stewart confessed she'd had an affair with Rupert Sanders, who directed her in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Why is she of such value?
At the time, Rupert was married to actress Liberty Ross. As far as public apologies go, Stewart's hit all the right notes. She said in a statement, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected." The press sure accepted her amends, with The Guardian raving that it set a new standard, and The Atlantic calling it radical. Shortly after the scandal, Sanders' wife filed for divorce, but the director loftily looked back on the incident, telling Metro UK in 2017, "You never know what's coming in life. Around every corner, there's something unexpected, and that's life." Pattinson, however, kept things refreshingly real when Esquire UK asked him about the scandal in 2014, saying, "Who gives a Hugh Grant. In 1995, British actor Hugh Grant found himself in a bit of legal trouble after picking up a prostitute named Divine Brown. According to The Guardian, he crossed paths with her while cruising LA's Sunset Strip, paid her $60, and was subsequently apprehended while receiving Brown's services in his car. At the time, Grant was very much in a relationship with actress Elizabeth Hurley, and his new film 9 Months was just about to hit theaters. He quipped to People in 2018, "Not only was I terrible in the film, but then I got arrested in Hollywood a week before the film came out." Grant was sentenced to 2 years probation and was fined $1,180. Appearing on The Tonight Show in 1995, he told Jay Leno,
"I think you know in life pretty much what's a good thing to do and what's a bad thing, and I did a bad thing, and there you have it."
Hurley and Grant split up 2 years after the incident, but for other reasons it seems. Hurley told Andy Cohen of her ex,
"He used to really annoy me. My friends used to call him Grumplestiltskin."
Right, okay.
He is grumpy.
David Letterman. According to the biography Letterman, the last giant of late night, David Letterman uttered the phrase "I'm in hell" in 2009, shortly before admitting on his show that he cheated on his wife, Regina Lasko, with his assistant Stephanie Burkett. Lasko and Letterman had just married that March after dating for 23 years. To make matters worse, CBS News producer Robert Joe Halderman, Burkett's disgruntled ex, was allegedly trying to blackmail Letterman, asking for $2 million to keep him from going public with the information. To hamper the scheme, Letterman came forward and fessed up.
"I have had sex with women who work for me on this show."
According to the biography, Letterman fell into a deep depression over the incident. In 2015, he told Rolling Stone it was the lowest point of his life and said he was eternally grateful Lasko didn't leave him. Kris Jenner. Keeping Up with the Kardashians matriarch Kris Jenner freely admits she cheated on her high school sweetheart with Robert Kardashian.
Robert came over one day when Caesar was out of town.
What? Mom! Were you hooking up with him?
Yeah.
But she also then cheated on Kardashian. She revealed in her 2011 memoir, Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian, that she was going through a phase, claiming, "I don't know why I was having a midlife crisis at 30, but I was. His name was Ryan, and he was a producer." Jenner claimed she repeatedly hooked up with Ryan, and Kardashian caught them out at a restaurant. He allegedly filed for divorce shortly after. Jay-Z. In April 2018, Jay-Z and Beyoncé celebrated a full decade of marriage. But the year before, in an interview with the New York Times, Jay-Z admitted he'd been unfaithful to his wife.
"The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself."
The admission came after fans had obsessively dissected Beyoncé's 2016 opus, Lemonade, noting that some lyrics appeared to allude to infidelity. During his 2018 appearance on David Letterman's My Next Guest Needs No Introduction, Jay-Z once again touched on his past indiscretions, saying,
"I have a beautiful wife who was understanding and knew that I'm not the worst of what I've done."
Kevin Hart. In July 2017, photos and videos that allegedly featured comedian Kevin Hart canoodling with a woman in Miami went public. Montia Sabag said in a statement,
"I was involved with Kevin Hart a month ago. Since then, my pictures and my name have been released."
Hart initially denied he'd cheated, telling Entertainment Tonight, It's absolutely not true. It's Miami. The clubs close at 6 a.m., so I was actually going home early. Then, in September 2018, he posted an emotional video apologizing to his then-pregnant wife, model Aniko Parrish, and to his kids.
I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did.
A rep told TMZ that Hart had been the victim of a failed extortion attempt, and by December 2018, he finally admitted that he cheated. On The Breakfast Club, Hart called his actions irresponsible, describing the whole scandal as,
"That's Kevin Hart in his dumbest moment."